Hey everyone, Bo Watson here with School of Lifetime Lowrounds, and today I'm going to talk about how to correct the hook shot. Now there's three things that I believe is a major determination for why you hit a hook shot, and one of them is spine tilt. The second one is going to be how you release, and then the third one, which is the big one, which is face to the path relationship, swing path. Okay, and so what I'm going to show you today is each one in detail, so you can get a better understanding of narrowing down why you hit a hook shot. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the spine tilt. Now, one of the things I absolutely love to use when I'm working with students is a impact bag. And what you want to do is get an impact bag, and you can find these like on Amazon, eBay even, and they're only like, anywhere from like $10 all the way up to like $30. Well worth the investment because you'll be able to use this a lot whenever you're working on your game. So one of the first things that I see when students are hitting a hook shot, especially when it comes to their spine tilt, is that whenever someone tilts this way, okay, and from the down the line view, if I tilt backwards, you can see how the club shaft and the club is starting to come in way in to out, okay, and you got to have that in to out motion with the face closed to that path, which I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes, to create that hook. Now if you have a tilt that's coming down, and it's going to be different for every club, but if you're starting to see, let's say for like a mid iron for an example, if you're seeing more than about 10 to 15 degrees of tilt for an iron shot like this, there's a good chance that you're dropping this under, okay, and that's what's creating this club path to go from in to out, okay. So first thing that you can do with an impact bag is work on taking a few swings and paying attention to where you are, okay? And one of the best ways to do it is either film like where you're at right now from the camera view, and then the second thing is you can use a mirror, which I personally love, right? So when you do this in working on trying to fix your tilt, the first thing that you're trying to look for is getting to where your tilts are almost on top of each other. And what we're talking about is your swing centers, which is like where your upper center is where your shirt button is, lower center is going to be where your belt buckle, okay? And what you're trying to do is trying to get these to stack up on top of each other as you come down to this release point, and not so much this way, okay? And as I did that, notice how the club just went way down like this, okay? So that means now we're hitting up on it, and that's also putting you in danger. If you don't hit a hook shot, you're hitting it fat because left arm and club radius is getting too long too fast, okay? So you can open up a whole case of issues just by having too much tilt here, okay? And not to go into detail on all those things, let's just focus on, let's get the tilt to where they need to be. So when you're working on the impact bag, again, watch when you get down here to the club is parallel to the ground. Pay attention to where you are here, what we call the release point, and check yourself to see if the club shaft is parallel to the ground and if your centers are stacked up, okay? That's the checkpoint that you're looking for. If you find yourself tilting like this and you're finding it hard to get to this position where the club's parallel to the ground and you're putting a lot of strain on this right wrist, chances are you're not doing it correctly, okay? That's the first place. Now the second thing is understanding the swing path and the face angle, okay? Now we know that in order for you to hit any kind of curve, you got to have a face and a path relationship separate. All right, so with the new ball flight laws, and they call it the D-plane, the main thing that you need to understand is that the ball will always start 85% to the face angle at impact. Now, to get a curvature, okay, then the face and the path have to be different. All right, just to put it in simple terms. So if you have, let's say the face angle is a little bit closed, okay, at impact, but the path is moving into out, so there's a difference, okay, between these two, then you're going to see a curve, okay? Face is shut to the path, that's the hook shot that you get, okay? So that's number one thing that you want to understand is you got to know the new ball flight laws so you can be more accurate with being able to diagnose this yourself. Okay, so the ball is only going to do what you program it to do. Think of it like it's your mini computer. It's only going to do what you program it. So at the moment of collision, that ball is going to behave whatever happened here. All right. So in order for you to fix a path that goes way in out, first place you could do is making sure that we're not tilting. And if we're doing the right tilts but we're dropping this underneath, then we need to work on getting the path or the swing plane to come in a little bit more steeper, okay? Not so much shallow. One of the best drills I have found for working on that is taking an alignment stick like this. You can find these like in a Home Depot, Lowe's, in a mailbox aisle, or you can get them at like Dick's Sporting Goods or Golf Galaxy. What you're going to do is you're going to take it halfway down the shaft just like this, grip it like you normally would, okay? And then the objective with this drill is to make a few swings where you're not hitting your side, okay? Now, one of the benefits to this is that it's going to teach you to come in a little bit steeper, right? It's going to teach you to come in a little bit steeper this way, not so much that direction, all right? Because if you do this and you try to go way end out, you're going to hit your side very quickly, okay? So the whole objective here is to make swings where you do not let it hit your side. And as you do that, that puts the club more on the proper plane coming down. It gets your hips engaged, not so much of a slide, and that's going to help correct that, okay? So a few shots, what it looked like, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is a really tough shot, guys, okay? Because a lot of times if you're going to do this, and you're probably going to hit a lot of these shots fat, you're probably going to hit them thin, but the objective is get to a place where you're able to make some swings like this. And that will open it up. As you saw, the ball flight was straight, and then that keeps the angles through impact more calm, and we're not flipping and rotating, which leads to the next thing. The other big thing that can happen for those of you that struggle with a hook shot is your grip type, okay? So if you have a grip that is very strong and you got a lot of bend here, okay, it's going to be very tough for you to come into impact with a flat left wrist. But if you did, okay, if you did, chances are you're going to make pretty decent contact. But if you're off on the timing just a little bit and you flip, it's going to shut this face down in a hurry, okay? What I mean by the flipping is that when the club starts to pass the hands early, okay? So if the club passes the hands, that means that face is shutting down. You're also increasing loft, and that's when the ball will start left of your target and go further away. Again, it comes back to the new ball flight laws. Pay attention to where is that ball exiting, and then pay attention to what kind of curve that you get. By you understanding that, you'll be able to more accurately diagnose what is your swing path coming into impact and what is your face angle at impact. Get those two right, and you'll be a lot quicker at figuring out what's going on, okay? So I hope this helps you guys fixing the hook shot. If you like this video, please subscribe below, and keep in touch with the next few videos that we'll be posting here soon. Thanks for joining.